Yo, what's good, y'all? Welcome to this week's episode of Talks with Taboo. Welcome to this week's episode of the podcast. I just jumbled my words there right there. But y'all know what I was saying. The day is November the 12th, 2020, and it is my birthday. So happy birthday to myself. If y'all want to do something nice for me for my birthday, go ahead and share this episode of the podcast because it is an awesome episode with an amazing guest. Before I introduce this guest, just got to say Thanksgiving Day, Stuff Me Volume 2 is coming out. So if you're into dope mixes, go check it out when it drops. But my guest today is one of my all-time favorite producers, somebody I've been a fan of for a very long time, and somebody who I've wanted on this podcast since the beginning. He came on to promote his new single, Remember, and he's just a guy who has been killing it for years. His new single coming out is going to show a different side of him because we're used to him just busting it down. Y'all know him, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Herobust.
Come here, girl, 'cause that's back. Let me take my tongue and go back to dirt track. I met a girl and her booty tastes like strawberries. I swear to God, this could be the one that I'm marrying. Hey, hey, and she's so different. I made that from behind. I met a girl and her booty tastes like strawberries.
How are you doing, man? What you been up to?
I'm good. I've been obviously just writing a shit ton of music. Kind of just everything all over the place. A lot of dance music, but a lot of like pop and hip hop, just stuff to eventually, maybe sell or license, like in the meantime until, before shows come back, whatever. But just as long as I can create something in the studio every day, like I'm pretty happy. So it's just been plugging away.
Hell yeah, man! I've been doing the same thing. I've literally like the last 2.5 months, I've shifted all of my focus to working on a comedy album. And so on the album, it's got pop, hip hop, rock. I just finished a metal song. It's about blowing dudes because what's more metal than blowing a dude, So
Yeah.
It's been really cool because it's been like forcing me to become a better producer because it's like, all right, if I'm gonna make a country song, I need to make it a good country song production wise. You know what I mean? So that's been a lot of fun, man. And you have your new track coming out, and by the time this airs, is it coming out this Friday?
It's coming out on I don't even know. I guess maybe the 18th. I don't know. It's like in a week and a half.
Cool. Well, that will be perfect time. It'll be right when this episode drops, man. So, you have been promoting it in a way that I haven't seen. You got really creative with it, with the "I Can Still Remember."
Yeah, I mean, I'm just trying to like the song itself. I really just made it because I don't know, like keeping a level head this year was kind of tough for a while for me, and everything I read about it was like, gratitude journaling and like, just more so thinking about what you're thankful for as opposed to what's missing or what's deficient. Right. So, and it worked. It totally worked. It got me out of like a writer's block in the studio. It was great. And so I wanted to write a song that kind of helped people find that for themselves. And so the way we're promoting it is every day I'm just telling some of my favorite stories from touring over the years, just memories that I'm stoked about. Because we had it really good and it's going to be super sick when it all comes back. And yeah, I don't know. It's been cool. I don't really know how like engaging it's going to be, but I know that my fans are learning a lot about me. Like I'm not like super personal on my socials, I'm more of like a low key dude, but a lot of my fans that have been fans for a long time are like they're learning a lot about me, which is pretty cool. Kind of feels good.
No, I've been enjoying it too, and it has been cool. Like, and yeah, since you're not that big, like on the social medias, that's why I also appreciate you coming on the show, dude. But like, that's awesome, dude. Yeah, I love that story that you had about the lo-fi show out in what was it, LA?
Yeah,
That's
man.
fucking
Low end theory.
dude. So you just make this lo-fi type sound, man. Like what made you get into like the heavier stuff, dude? Like you're busted, you know what I mean? Like whenever I think of Herobust, I think of busted type shit.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I kind of touched on it in the video that we just put out today, but just by virtue of playing more shows, I was just in clubs more and more. And the more I was in the club, the more I was like gradually understanding like dance floor mentality and like just dance music culture, period. Because before I was like sitting on a couch smoking weed, making music that's dope while you're on a couch smoking weed. You know what I mean? And then all of a sudden it was like I'm in a club. I was like, oh well, now I want to make music that sounds dope in a club. You know, so it just kind of gradually went from like lo-fi stuff to glitch hop, and then to like trap, and now a little bit of dubstep. So it was pretty gradual, but it was just just a function of the context that I was in.
Yeah, dude. Where's it going next, dude? I mean, obviously this like
I don't
feel
know.
good song, but
I mean, it's that's what's crazy about this year is like it's so like it could go anywhere. You know what I mean? Like there's usually all of us are to some extent guided by like the context that we perform in.
yeah,
Like we know what the crowd likes. We know where we think what we think we can get away with in terms of like being like, left field, original, whatever. But this year it's like all that shit's gone. You just go in the studio, blank canvas, and it's like you're just rolling the dice. Like I think people like this, and I think that's why we've seen a lot of really creative stuff come out this year. I hope that people keep those balls when shows come back and don't revert back to just like super simple like hard shit, because it's gonna be tempting.
yeah.
But yeah, I think it's actually resulted in a lot of really cool music.
Yeah, it's definitely the heavier stuff. Definitely a little. It can be a little bit of a safe route at times.
Sure,
But yeah,
sure.
it was crazy because the music, just in general, like the main state or just like like the music was just getting heavier and heavier and heavier.
Yeah.
And now since COVID, it's like no one wants to. I'm not sitting down in my car listening to fucking I'm not listening to that shit in my car. I'm trying to listen to it on a dance floor and fucking
And the other thing that's crazy is we've seen this before in dubstep too. Like the first time dubstep popped off in America, it fell off really, really quickly, like really abruptly, because it kind of became this like pissing contest of like who can go harder, who can go the hardest and hardest. And then it got like so maximal, just so much that eventually there was just nowhere for it to go.
mhm.
And it just dropped off like that. So I kind of think in a lot of ways 2020 might have saved like this second iteration of dubstep from kind of having the same fate. Like it's already kind of spreading out and getting a little more diverse. So that's pretty cool.
Hell yeah. There's also been all these, people with so much extra time just learning Ableton. And, I've had students for 6 months and they're making bangers at this point. I'm like, God damn,
Yeah.
son.
That's sick.
It's
So
good.
wait, you teach like through like a school or just like
Nah.
private tutor stuff?
Yeah, dude, like, I'm kind of white trash, right? So it's like, I'm not going to read you a book, from a school. I'm going to give you my type of terminology. And I don't know if it's the correct terminology, but I know what I'm saying and I know what I think it means. So I do it through Zoom.
For sure.
Dude, so you out there in Atlanta, bro, let me ask you a non-music related question, okay? So you out there in Atlanta, you're a Falcons fan if I had to assume. You know what I'm saying? Matt Ryan, is that your guy? Like, what's coming on? Cause y'all got some coaching issues going on. Usually when coaches get fired, players get fired too. What's next?
I mean, I personally think we really need to just kind of go back to like full on rebuild. Like we still have a lot of value. Like some team probably wants Matt Ryan, certainly Julio, but it's just not going to happen. With we're not going to be able to salvage where we're at. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'll love him. Either way. I mean, I'm an Atlanta sports fan, so like I'm okay with losing. You know what I mean? Like it's all good. But yeah, this team's not going to do it.
Yeah, man. I know you probably hate to watch it, but being a New Orleans fan, I fucking love to see the Falcons fail, man.
Oh yeah, I have a ton of friends from down there. Shouts out A Shine if he watches this. Yeah, he gives me shit every time. But it's fun. Like the New Orleans Atlanta thing is like it's a rivalry, but there's some kinship there too. Like there's a lot of people from down there that have like cousins that live here and vice versa. Like there is a bond.
Yeah, dude, yeah, for sure. It's a rivalries. They make the world go round, dude. How lame would sports be if you're like, hey, man, I love y'all's team. Good luck. You're just like, but you're like playing each other. That shit'd be lame, man. I want to see blood between the fans.
Yo, how is it for you being like a sports fan in EDM? Like, cause to me that it's like there's I can count on like one hand the number of people I can talk to about sports realistically.
Dude, so at times it's kind of cool because like whenever I have like fans that come up that talk to me about sports, those conversations tend to be longer conversations and more fun. You know what I mean? Like they're coming up and talking about players and stuff like that. And I enjoy those conversations a lot. But I know with the tour with DMVU, the XFL was going on, and I was all about some XFL. And he could have given less than a fuck, but I made him watch every single game. And
dude, XFL is like pushing it kind of far, though. Like, dude,
that's fun, not even. Bro. They'll be smoking cigarettes while they're throwing the ball. It's like awesome, man. You know, they're out there shanking each other and shit, so it's cool. It's like that Adam Sandler movie when they're in prison. What's that movie? Is it Longest Yard? Was that the movie?
Yeah. With like Sully.
Yeah, it's just like that. But I know, like, whenever I was on the Double Vision tour, I'm hanging out with, like, Lucid all the time, and I ended up getting him. I got him into football, so whenever the Saints are playing, he's texting me about it now. I'm like, let's fucking go. But sometimes, what's it like for you, man? You know, because you're an Atlanta fan, so I'm assuming, you're, basketball and baseball as well, right?
Yeah, probably basketball the most.
Yeah.
But, like, there's not a whole lot to talk about with the Hawks. We draft somebody dope. They're exciting and promising for a few years while they're young, and then they move on because we don't have very good fans here. It's not good attendance. Like every home game feels like a road game for the Hawks. It sucks. Damn. You really feel for them. But at least y'all got Boosie. It's entertaining. I always love them.
At least y'all got Boosie on the court side every single game.
Right. We do have dope halftime shows because like every rapper's from Atlanta. So it'll just be like 2 Chainz, Gucci Mane, like whoever. Yeah.
So being in Atlanta, I'm glad you brought up a lot of rappers because I didn't even think about it, man. Like, have you got a chance to sit down in the studio with any of these Atlanta rappers that are just around, or has that been something you're trying to dabble your feet into? Like, what's up with that?
So rap is where I kind of started my production. That's like how I learned in high school, just producing for me and my friends and other rappers at school. And since I got into like electronic music, I never really looked back. But it's definitely something that I'm looking at now, like just as I get older and like, if I start having kids and stuff, like who knows if I'm going to want to like travel, or how late in life, you know what I mean? So it's definitely something I'm looking to do, but I'm not there yet. Like I'm still having a great time doing EDM and like being the artist and traveling and all that stuff. So not quite yet.
Do you want to have kids one day, bro?
I didn't think we were going to touch on this. But yeah, I don't know. Not really. That's just crazy. How am I supposed to do that?
Yeah, right. Some days I want to be a dad, dude, and some days I want to butt chug a case of BBRs, dude. It's a weird line, It's left and right. How long you been making music for? You said in high school, but I don't know. I don't know how long that is because I just remember seeing your name for the long. I've been a fan for just the longest time. So how long has this journey been for you?
I don't know. Like, I mean, like you probably started playing like piano and guitar and stuff when you were like super young, right? Like, I feel like that's like all of us.
I was a drummer.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So I switched from doing like taking lessons in piano and guitar to like wanting to like make beats when I was like maybe like 12 or something, I would say. And I did it, all through middle school, high school. Stopped completely, like cold turkey during college, and just like did like the books thing. And then after I graduated, I was like, nah, I gotta go back and do music. So yeah, pretty much my whole life, man.
Hell yeah. That's what's up, dude. That's what's up. Yeah, I've gone down the rabbit hole of Herobust SoundCloud, and the beats have just been killer for like the longest of times, man.
Thanks, man.
Dude, so aside from music, So I know during these times, I've been trying to figure out things that make me happier outside of music. You know what I mean? Trying to figure out those, and I've figured them out more lately than I have like my whole life, I feel like. What are those things for? Yeah, what are those things for you, man? What are those things that, other than music, that kind of just bring you happiness and that gratification?
I mean, quality time. The quality time is definitely like my like love language. You know what I mean? Quality time with like people that I care about, like good friends, good neighbors, stuff like that. I'm really big on that. I play basketball. I love basketball, but every public court in the state of Georgia, the rims have been taken down like almost all year.
Really?
It's great. Like the entire state of Georgia has no jumper right now. It's
Damn.
crazy. It's crazy. So I bought one and put one in my backyard. So I shoot around. It's kind of nice. It's just like a therapeutic, way to, just kind of tune shit out for a little bit. But yeah, for me, I mean, a big part of it really is music. I don't really feel a ton of, pressure to like step away from music. Like music is like my safe space. Like this is what I, have always wanted to do more than anything else.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah. That's crazy. They take down all the rims and shit.
Oh yeah.
That's like in LA. They put sand in the bowls of skate parks.
That's nuts. I mean, here also, like Georgia was like one of the first states to open too. So like bars and restaurants have been open forever, but like they didn't put the rims back on the fucking courts. It doesn't make any sense.
Dude, I would just go I'd go make one. You know what I mean?
Dude, I have a friend that's like, every time I'm just gonna bring a ladder and my own rim, and we're gonna screw it in, and then unscrew it when we leave. It's a lot of work.
That's crazy, man. What about like, or do they still have like soccer goals and shit up anywhere, or like?
Probably. I don't really know. I'm not really checking for those.
Yeah.
You know?
Right on, dude.
Yeah.
So how many lookalikes are there of you out there? You know what I mean? Because I see
Apparently
handsome Squidward.
there's half planet. I can't post anything without somebody saying like what I look like. I could post a picture and be like, R.I.P. My mother passed away today, and someone will be like, yo, you look like this dude from that show. That's crazy. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what I say. Like even today, I got two new ones today. It's the gift that keeps on giving, man.
Dude, what are some ones? Because throw some at me that people say you look alike at. Because I can think of like 3, but I know you get tagged in a bunch.
I mean, like Disney Hercules is definitely one. Handsome Squidward, obviously. Like dude from Pretty Little Liars.
Yeah.
There's a guy on like the Money Heist, Denver maybe, I don't know.
Dude, yes! Holy shit! Yes, that's spot on, man. That's so. It's fun though.
I've gotten everything, man.
But awesome.
What's crazy is somehow, no matter how different they look, I can see it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like almost every time, I'm like, all right, like I can see it. I don't know what it is about my face, but it does work for most things.
Yeah, dude, you got a chiseled jawline and a shaped nose. You know what I'm saying? You ever thought about being like a stump double in Hollywood for any of these folks?
Definitely not.
Hell
Definitely
yeah.
not.
Dude, I saw you were Freddie Mercury for Halloween, man. Did you have yourself a good Halloween?
I get Freddie Mercury all the time too. That's why I did it, actually. It was Grizz. Grizz was the first person that told me that I look like Freddie Mercury, actually. But yeah, if I grow a mustache, it's like half the costume's done.
Did you stay in character? Do you stay in character whenever you dress up?
Not really. Honestly, I'm not like I love Queen's music, but I don't really know much about him as like personally.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
So yeah, I don't really know.
I was Elvis this week over Halloween. I was a character I was a character the entire time.
That's awesome.
It was a good time, man. Dude, but going to the music stuff, back to the music stuff, we're just all over the place. I don't ever write questions for these. I just roll with it. You know what I'm saying? Whatever is working. So, but like for music, since you have been in this game for so long, you've been doing, just the Herobust project for a long time. It feels like. What are some, and I've seen artists come and go just in my time, but yet Herobust has always been there. Whenever you put a song out, it's one people are focusing on. You're a respected name, like a household respected producer. Like, what are some things that you did to kind of make it to where you didn't fall off, to where you could stay where you're at, to where, people get hyped for a track?
I mean, I guess first off, like, thanks. Like you said, a lot of nice shit.
You're welcome.
I think a big part of it is like sometimes equate their identity with the genre that they're choosing to make, as opposed to having like a signature sound that they bring to whatever genre they make. You know what I mean? Like if when you hear one of my songs, I like to think that people know pretty much right away, like, oh, this sounds like Herobust. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I have like bass house records, I have trap records, I have some kind of like dubstep records. I got like, I guess like twerk records from back in the day, even like a big room record with Snails. But if you're a fan of my sound that I'm bringing to all those different genres, then there's a chance that you're going to like all that stuff, And also, as trends come and go, not that I would suggest anybody like chase them, but if you have your own sound, you can really kind of riff off of whatever the new ideas are and still kind of have something that's true to yourself. You know what I mean? Versus someone who's just like, rhythm or die, like rhythm, that's my thing, rhythm gang, rhythm. And then like, in 6 months, people get tired of rhythm and they want to hear like, I don't know, like melodic dubstep. And you don't really have anything of your own to bring to whatever genre that is. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, it makes tons of sense. Yeah.
So I think that's definitely helped me, like, just, I don't know. I feel like the connections I have with my fans are like, or the connection they have with the music is just strong because there's like a common denominator. There's some kind of consistency between, all the tracks.
Yeah. Dude, I want to see some right field based music, man. I'm waiting on it.
Yeah.
They got the left field. What's on the right? What's the right side?
Dude, I'm loving all the weird shit I hear this year, man. Like, like More Kismet is like, obviously been like crushing, but especially this year, I feel like Ultra, all those guys, just super dope and really different. What I think is going to be interesting is when shows like really, really come back, how danceable is that music gonna be? Because a lot of it's like so complicated, like rhythmically, or like the sound design could be so intricate, you kind of lose a lot of that detail on like a huge system.
Mm-hmm.
Like how potent is it gonna be? How impactful is it gonna be once you start using it like functionally, like to make people dance, as opposed to just listening at home? It should be interesting.
That's actually, I don't even thought about that, man. So are you constantly looking for like are you listening to electronic music on the regular and like constantly looking for these, upcoming ones? Like what do you usually listen to?
Not really. I kind of distance myself from SoundCloud when I'm going into like creative mode. I don't want anybody else's wave to kind of influence where I'm going. So I will like cut it off cold turkey and like work on my music for whatever that is, like the album mode or whatever, but then when I kind of switch to like DJing mode, it's like, all right, I gotta re-up on like whoever's got fresh ideas right now, and that's when I really go back in SoundCloud and really start getting in there.
Mm-hmm.
But I definitely don't think it, like, for me at least, like I'll hear something dope and be like, wow, that, and I'll like low key, I'll subconsciously be like working that into like a song that I'm doing. It's like I don't want my my ideas like compromised like that. You know what I mean? Because you can't help it sometimes.
Yeah, dude. One of my favorite things to do is find an artist with like less than 1,000 followers on SoundCloud that has like the most insane fucking music, man. Like I've been on that tip all week, man. I've been working on a mix, so I've just been constantly digging for just new shit that no one has even heard of. And I'm
Yeah.
just getting, I feel like I'm blown away now more than ever.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Totally. People got nothing but time. That's the thing, man. It really is resulting in a lot of crazy music. It's very
Yeah.
different. What's
Just-
the best what's the best piece of music you've heard so far this year? Or like your favorite?
Oh man, as far as like other than electronic music, dude, Bring Me the Horizon just put out a new album last weekend, and it's
I don't know
fucking-
what that is.
It's a band. Bring Me the Horizon, they're a band.
Yeah.
Go check them out, dude. It's a killer album. Do you like heavy rock?
A little bit. Not
like-
not like, crazy,
Well,
but
so it's like rock but modern day production. So it's got a lot of electronica influences to it. Like they have one song, it's like a metal track, but it's like an anime type melody, and it's
Right.
it's like drum and bass, like anime drum and bass, but it's like heavy ass guitar riffs. And then they're screaming, but they even got these group Baby Metal. They're from Japan, and they do like anime type, like these big like poppy happy sounds. So it's like these happy sounds over like this crazy metal riff over like drum and bass with electron. It's like the craziest of influences just coming together, but
Right.
it fucking works, man. First time I heard it, I was like, this is fucking cool as shit.
yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, man. What about you? What's been a piece of art that you've been finding that's like blown you away this year?
I mean, I mainly listen to rap music, but I'd say like the probably one of my favorite kind of like electronic type albums from this year was the new the Tie-Dye Kai.
Yep, that one was really good.
Really, really cool, man. Like just in terms of arrangement, like you never really know where it's headed. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just really beautiful music. Really dope.
Hell yeah, man. Dude, so what are some things, since you've been doing it for so long, are you still going out and trying to learn? Well, that's a dumb fucking question. You're always trying to learn, but what are some things that you're doing?
Bro.
Right.
You have
Well, what are some
to.
things that you're doing to push yourself now, like to just go to that next step? Like how do you get to that next step, and what's like your thought process for getting there?
Bro, well, do you mean like in terms of like my career, or like in terms of like my like ability? You know, 'cause I feel like
both. Literally both.
for in production, it's like I'm not pushing shit. You know what I mean? It's like the little like 14-year-old, 15-year-old kids that got nothing to do all day but like make beats at home, like in their mom's basement or whatever. Like every single year there's a new class of like more kismets that just level up the game, and every producer is like, oh shit, I got catching up to do. You know what I mean? Like I've seen so many different like freshman classes of like new young talent, and they come and they just level up the whole scene. And if you like, you were asking like how have I like stayed in the game this long, like you have to embrace the challenge of learning and improving, because the new class is always better. They're like they just are, and you're just, as someone who like now you're an established artist, from this point forward, like just try to stay afloat, bro, because they're gonna be good, and they're gonna be better next year, and even better the year after that. Like that's what's dope about our scene. That's what keeps on pushing it forward. You know what I mean? It's awesome.
Yeah. It's always, that's what's so great about electronic music. There's no fucking limitations to what you can create, and that's
Right.
one of the things I love about it, man.
And like the tech, like we move along kind of at the pace of the tech. Like every year there's like new plugins that make like mixing like solutions that didn't even exist last year. You know what I mean? Like Soothe 2 and shit like that, Trackspacer, like that was not possible. You know what I mean? Like back when I started, like, so mix sounds are just gonna get louder and cleaner and better. Like it's dope. It's awesome.
Dude, I've heard about Smooth too. Is that plugin fucking sick?
Dude, oh bro. Well, do you talk, like, do you get into the weeds of production on your pod, or is that like?
Dude, there's no rules.
Yeah,
So-
I'm not trying to bore people out with like nerdy shit, but definitely check out that plugin, Soothe 2. Really great.
No, it's definitely like a a bunch of people that listen to this who I've seen in the YouTube comments. I mean, like, you should talk about more production stuff. And I'm just like, maybe we'll fucking see, dude.
Yeah. I mean, if a conversation goes there, it goes there. But I kind of feel like not everybody really wants to hear like that
True.
dry of subject matter for like an hour or whatever.
Dude, I don't even want to hear it half the time off the podcast, dude. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Hell yeah, dude. So your background you got right now, is that you behind your head?
It actually is. I mean, I just threw that up last minute.
It looks like night.
But
It looks like
that's,
Nightmare.
where is that? I want to say that's like global. In Denver, in 2019.
Dude, because you've toured all over the place. You've fucking played so many different festivals. I saw you mention Wakarusa the other day. How you Miss Wakarusa. That was my first camping festival to go to.
Hell yeah!
Is that your favorite festival?
I already know that. Jackson, Mississippi. You definitely know about Wakarusa.
Hell yeah, dude, bro. That's a good time, man. Going out there and just dancing in the mud. It was a good time.
Yeah.
Now they got Wakan Fest there, but it's like, was that your favorite festival? Like, what has been some of your favorite festivals? The one that just stick to you the most?
I definitely put Waka up there just because there was something like inherently like Southern and about it, and like that was like, it was the only festival like that I could really think of. And it was just a little bit dirtier, a little bit grimier, but people were like so nice. So yeah, I would definitely had a soft spot for Waka. Electric Forest, obviously. That's one that my whole career, like, fans would tell me, oh, you got to play that one. You got to play that one. And when I finally did, like, definitely, was not overhyped. Like, it was super dope. Lightning in a Bottle is a really dope vibe. Have you played that?
Sick.
I feel like you probably would have.
Yeah, I've played it. It's a super fucking awesome festival, man.
Yeah, that one is sick. Shambhala is great. I think Middlelands was like, that first year of Middlelands was like amazing. I think they had to switch sites, but that was going to be really, really sick.
Didn't they only do 1 year? I'm not tripping.
Well, I guess maybe they were going to bring it back this year in like a different location, I think. But yeah, nothing ended up happening this year at all. So
right.
Maybe it is just the 1 year. But it was super dope. Like, did you ever go to like a field trip to one of those like medieval, theme parks? And they have like the chicken legs and the jousting and like castles and shit everywhere, and it's like back in time.
See, we had some weird fucking field trips when I was in school. Like, we would go to like Vicksburg, where there'd be the Battle of Vicksburg and stuff, or like we'd go to some old plantations. It was weird field trips, man. Never been ever cool like what you're talking about. But that sounds like a good field trip.
You know what I mean, though? You've seen those types of theme parks before, like at least in movies, right?
I've seen it on television. Yep.
Well, yeah. So this festival, Middlelands, they just rented that shit out. Like, they rented the whole facility. So like they just built the stage on top of the castle. You know what I mean? And like they just kept all the vendors and like horses and shit. Like it was super dope.
Dude, what if Disneyland did something like that, like in the Star Wars theme park? It was just like Star Wars Fest or some shit like that, but it's all bass music. And everyone's just dressed up like Jedis and Sith. That shit would be.
I think Disney's too big, man. Like, the last time I was there, like, we had like a meet and greet there. Like, I had no idea it's so big, bro. Like, you can, like, it's massive.
I ain't never been, man. I've never been.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. You could spend like 3 days in there and probably not even see the whole thing.
Dude, my dad used to break my heart when I was a kid, right? So he would tell us, if we're good, next year we'll go to Disney. He'd take us to Disneyland or Disney World, whichever one. He'd take us to Disney. Yeah. And he said that shit every year, dude. He said he would take us to Disney next year. Motherfucker took us to Orange Beach. It's Orange Beach, Alabama, dude. Get out of here.
That's awesome. Well, there you gotta go. You gotta go, man.
Yeah, I do, man.
Actually, like, I know you got homies in LA. Like LA guys or LA people love going to Disney, man.
And there's things about
it is.
there's things about, taking somebody to do something like that for their first time. You know what I mean? Even,
Sure.
have a homie do something like that. I
Yeah.
don't know. So I'm thinking about all the heartbreaks I had as a kid now. That motherfucker. Dude, so you had the I remember, dude. Let's do some goofy ass ones real quick. Ones that you're not posting on. So, do you remember the first time you got rejected for a date or anything like that?
I don't know how to say this like without sounding like an asshole, but my wife now, I've been with her since high school.
Mm-hmm.
So there weren't like a ton of opportunities to even really get rejected. You know?
Damn, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially when you're looking like handsome Squidward, dog. they ain't saying no.
Got wiped up early, man.
Hell yeah, dude. You got a high school sweetheart. That's beautiful. How
Yep.
long y'all been married now?
I don't know, 2 years, 2.5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like it's like it doesn't even like when we got married, nothing changed. Like we were already together for so long. Like it was just a party, you know.
Yeah. I feel that. Did she ever you take her on the road with you whenever you toured? I added an ED at the end because it toured because no one's doing it anymore.
Right. Not very often. I mean, she was in school, for a long time. And like she went to dental school and residency. So she actually just got out of school like, a few years ago. So for most of my career, she's been like super busy. She'll come out to shows that are in like cool cities. Like if I'm playing like Lollapalooza Paris, like okay, she'll make time, to come to that.
Yeah.
She came to South Korea with me last year. I've taken her to Paris before. She'll just the choice nugs. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah. Hold on. Let me turn this camera back on. Just sing for the people, Hayden. Sing. Like, give us your best note. It takes 1 second.
I will not.
Anything. You can do it. You can do it. Dude, no, so I still remember. Dude, what's your most embarrassing moment on stage? Can you still remember that?
Damn. I know I have some for sure. It's just not possible. I know 1 year at Wakarusa, it was like there was a storm. My set was supposed to be like kind of midday-ish, and a storm came through and they canceled like about like 3 blocks, like 3 hours of music, and I got canceled. But I'm at Wakarusa hanging out with all my friends, right? So and my work is done for the day, so I'm just partying. You know what I mean? I'm just partying, like I'm done with my shit, and at like maybe like 11:30, I'm gone, and two of the artists that were playing that night on the stage I was supposed to play, they're the homies, and they were like, we'll each shave off 15 minutes of our set so you can have a 30-minute like short set in between.
That's awesome. That was nice of them.
Yeah. And so the festival is like, they're like asking me like, this is cool with you, and I'm like shit faced, and I'm just like, yes, let's fucking do it. But like egregiously unqualified to be like performing at this point in time. So I play the set. I'm a fucking madman. I'm like screaming at the crowd. I'm just making an ass of myself. And like, you know how it is with stage presence. Like there's a fine line between being like a great facilitator and just being like a douchebag.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, yeah. So I mean, everybody came up to me afterwards and they were like, dude, that was incredible. Like you never play like that, whatever. So apparently I like didn't cross that line, but I know for sure I was fucking close. Yeah, I'm sure there's more embarrassing shit. I can't really think of any right now.
That's awesome, dude. That's what those are the type of shows that you'll catch on the late night back to backs at clubs or whatever. Like, yeah, I know I've been a part of back to backs at like 4 a.m. in New Orleans, and everyone's just fucking trash.
Yeah.
I'm about to name drop this fool too. I know it was during Mardi Gras this year, right before shit got shut down. It was actually DMVU and Conrank were playing here, and I was there hanging out, and we did a back to back. It's like 4 a.m. And Conrank's fucking pissed drunk, dog. And every song, he kept spinning it back. Every song, I'm like, bro, what are you doing? And
Yeah.
I text him the next day, and he's like, hell yeah, I love it. I love it.
Man, when you look out at the crowd and like you can tell from their faces, like, oh, this is
They're like,
gotten bad. Like it's not good.
I think at that particular time, I think everyone at that point was just laughing every time because we were all just dying every time we spun it back. It's just like spinning it back, man. All right, I can remember, man. These are fun. I'm liking these, dude. So, man, I'm trying to think of one on the top and it ain't working, dude. So were you, you're talking about being a good performer. Were you always a guy that could go on stage with confidence and be a good performer? Or were you a guy maybe still gets hella nervous going up? Or what's that like for you?
I guess the short answer would be no. Like when I grew up, like playing instruments and stuff, like my family would always try to get me to play, for people or like to be in bands. And I just wasn't really comfortable doing that. It wasn't until I made the decision, like, I want this to be my job. Like if I don't pull this off, like I gotta go do some other shit I don't want to do, like work a 9 to 5. You know what I mean? So once my back was really against the wall, it was like, all right, I gotta go do this. And once I started doing it, I think like the stage presence aspect of it and like the entertainership or whatever, like that kind of came pretty naturally. But I definitely had to get over that hurdle of like deciding like to do it. You know what I mean? Like sometimes that's the hardest part.
Dude, so I got a question, all right, and this might be a little ridiculous, okay? Well, my thought process behind the question might be a little ridiculous.
Okay.
So usually with like singers, the front man of bands or something, they're usually typically good-looking guys. You being a good-looking man, can you sing, dude? I feel like you could sing.
I cannot sing. That's your question? Can I sing?
Yeah.
Definitely not.
I guess the thought process behind it was just where it got fucking weird, man.
You think on average good-looking people can sing better?
Yes. Yeah, I feel like if you're good looking, you can probably sing a little bit better. It's the same thing with being a quarterback. Somehow these quarterbacks are just chiseled men.
That is true.
Yeah,
that's true. That is true. Here's what it might be. I always thought with sports, because I definitely noticed that too. Like I always thought maybe like you got to have confidence to be a good performer in sports, or maybe everything. Confidence helps. Yeah. And if you're like Tom Brady is like, the best looking dude, no matter what room he walks into, that kind of confidence probably helps him, perform when he's doing anything, including football.
Yeah.
I don't think that makes it easy for you to sing or anything like that, but
I just feel like there's a chance you could probably sing a little bit more than I could. You know what I mean?
Definitely not. I'm auto-tuning shit just like the rest of us, man.
Hell yeah, same, dude. Yeah, you do vocals on your tracks a bunch. You like the dirty. Hold up. You like dirty. I want to know what that raw audio sounded like.
Oh, God, it's awful. It's awful, bro. It's terrible. It's terrible.
So, give me something real quick. Give me your 3 favorite DJs on the planet that like you love personally as friends, like ones that you just love being around. Give me those 3.
I mean, it's tough to pick favorites, man. I'm really close with Prototype.
Okay.
I love Lax, really close with him.
Max a good.
And I don't know. I feel I gotta say like 12th, just because he's like the universal homie. Like it doesn't matter who you ask, everybody loves 12th, and 12th loves everybody. Like Yeah, he's just an amazing dude.
Yeah, he's a good ass time. All right, cool. The reason I was asking you that because there's a follow-up question to this. Okay, goofy one. All right, 12th planet lacks prototype. You got to kill one, marry one, fuck one. Go.
Oh shit. I think I'm gonna marry Lax because he seems like clean, right? And I'm gonna fuck 12th because he's gonna be an absolute fucking animal, and you know it. And unfortunately, that means I gotta kill Max.
Max is gone, dog.
You know, I'm not turning down 12th in bed, so
I'd kill his ass too, son. Hell yeah, that's beautiful, man. Dude, so wrapping up here, man, I want to know something. When this is all said and done, dude, whenever it's all over, when it's over, bro, it's over when it's over,
All right, when the fat lady's singing.
Yeah, dude. So here's the thing. I think fat ladies can sing better too. I feel like they have a little bit more power in the pipes.
I think there is something to be said for like the tube amplifiers, like it's all about like the material of the tube, and like there could be something there.
Yeah.
I guess. I'll give it to you.
Yeah, dude. Fucking, I need a tube and lube up then, dude. I'm trying to hit a G note or string, whichever one. All right, so where I was going with this anyway. When this is all said and done, man, what is something that you want? What is Herobust's legacy? What do you want them to say about Herobust when it's done, man? It's a weird question, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't really know. I think there are probably people who like would have a super quick, great answer for that. For me, like making music and like my decision to do this was like really personal. Like I primarily make music because I don't think I would be happy if I wasn't. You know what I mean? Like I'm very much doing it for me. I love making music that other people enjoy, but me doing this is like pretty much 100% for like the self fulfillment, of doing it myself. So when it's all said and done, I care way more about how I look back at my discography and think of it myself. You know what I mean? Like if I look back and there's like some like some shit that we just put out because we were trying to promote a tour or whatever, it's like I know it's like not as good as like my quality work. Like I don't want that in there, because what matters to me is how I feel about my body of work when I'm done.
That's beautiful, dude. Fuck the haters. It's all about what you think. That's awesome, dude. Hell yeah. That's the best answer I think I've ever heard in my life for anything, dude. For
Nice.
anything, man. Dude, so, you said it was personal for you. What would you do if you weren't doing music? Model?
No, dude. Please stop that.
I'm fucking with you, dude.
I was supposed to go to med school. That's like what my family was pushing me to do, and that's what I went to school for. Like I took my MCAT and everything. I just decided to do music instead of going. So if I didn't do music, I'd probably be some kind of doctor.
Dr. Bust.
Right. Exactly.
That's what's up, dude. So this new song, one last question, man. This new song that you have coming out, where does this fit for you? Because you're talking about you want to look back on it. Where does this song fit for you as far as one of your favorites? Or like if you could pick out a favorite of a release that you've had, like that was my favorite release. Like where does this one sit? And also what would that favorite release be?
Sure. I think like this song will definitely stick out to me because it's the most personal song I've made. It's like the most emotionally like honest song I've made. I've made a lot of songs that are like fun, heavy party tunes. You know what I mean? But there's not a ton of like emotional weight to them. This one like really was coming from a place where like I had a rough time at a certain, point this year, like we all did realistically. And I kind of found my way to stay positive and work through that. And this is my way of trying to help people, find that way for themselves or whatever. And it just, I think the only reason the song is good is because it's just honest. as far as what I think is like what I'm most proud of in terms of like my whole career, it's got to be either like the I'm Allowed or the Vertebreaker EP. Like those are the two that really just put me on the map and really just kind of carved out like my sound to like the EDM audience.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm super stoked. Also, I'm really proud of the What the Fuck track because I toured all over the fucking earth, bro. Like every language possible, and they're still screaming "What the fuck."
That's awesome. Hell yeah.
It was hilarious, like because I open with it every set, and it's like sometimes like we can't even talk. You know, like it's cool making that connection just musically and without verbal, but still, no matter where I was, no matter what the language barrier was, everywhere I went on the planet, they're still yelling "What the fuck," and I was like, that's so cool.
Dude, I love that fucking Lost Lands intro you had. What the fuck?
Yeah.
That's fucking. That's just some straight fuckery. You're just like, let me just troll these people, but also like it's one of the sickest intros I think I've ever seen.
I appreciate you. Yeah, I mean the way I see it, I'm only gonna play it at Lost Lands, but I'm pretty sure I have to play it every year at Lost Lands now. Like,
Yeah,
I felt I can top it. You know.
Yeah. What? Yeah, you'll stop it with holy shit. Maybe I don't know. That was lame. That was lame, dude. Well, look, man, I really appreciate you coming on the show. You know, like I said, I've been a fan of you for a long time, and you know, you're somebody I've wanted to have on the podcast. You know, for a while. Like I actually had a list of where I wrote down of people I wanted. You were one of the people on that list, so I'm glad we got to be able to do this, man.
Yeah, dude, totally. Thanks for having me, man.
Yeah.
Who else do you have on the list? Like who's tops?
So I got 12th Planet on there. He's high up. You know, so I don't have a way to. I have his old number. So, but then I don't know how to get in touch with him. I've been leaving it up to EDM Twitter. So like, it's kind of weird hitting people up I've never talked to. I'm like, hey bro, I host a podcast. You want to come on? And sometimes they don't see that direct messages because I mean I have like you know the messages you don't see. I don't see all those either. So it's like I've just been leaving it up to EDM Twitter just to kind of help a bro out. But,
yeah, it works, and it's like there's no awkwardness at all. It's just fans want this. Yeah, let's do it. You know.
I want to get RL Grime.
That would be sick. Good luck. I don't think that's gonna happen, bro. He's even more of like a private dude than I am.
Not with that attitude, it's not. You know. And Grizz is my fucking favorite producer of all time. I want to have him on.
Yeah, he's awesome. I could see him doing it for sure.
Yeah. So that's one I want to get. But yeah, man. Like I said, dude. What's coming up for Herobust other than this track? What do you have planned for the future? What do you want people to know before you leave?
Really right now, I'm just gonna be making music that I think is cool, putting it out whenever, you know, nothing really matters for a while, I feel like. So it's just this track and, you know, trying to enjoy the rest of this break before we gotta go back on the grind and like get to go do our shit again.
Hell yeah, dude. Nothing matters, life's a bitch, and then you die, bro. That's where we ending it. Well, hey, dude, I fucking appreciate you, man. Looking forward to hearing the track, bro.
Yeah, thanks for having me, man.
All right, man. Herobust, everybody. And that was Mr. Herobust, y'all. What a cool guy. I fucked him a little bit too much at times, but that's to be expected, I guess. But what a cool dude, man. Really, after that conversation, I was just like, wow. Not only is his music dope, he's dope. So I just want to say thank you to him for coming on the show. Thank you to everybody who's listening. I love y'all, and I really appreciate it. Go listen to his single when it comes out. Also, go check out Stuff Me Volume 2 when it drops. And like I said, if you want to do something nice for me for my birthday, share this shit, yo. You can pretty much bet I'm going to be drunk this evening, so I'll see that support and be stoked about it. Anyway, I love y'all. I'll see y'all next week. Y'all have a good one. Peace.